Has the Fed started stealth QE? In December 2025, the Fed explicitly announced an end to QT. It also announced the start of reinvestment purchases and reserve management purchases, RMPs. Now, between January 15 and February 12, 2026, the Fed plans to continue its asset purchases. This includes about $15.4 billion in reinvestment purchases and about $40 billion in RMPs. The $55.4 billion over approximately 3 weeks is coming from two different liquidity channels, which matter a lot for interpretation. Instead of announcing a pivot, which would spook inflation expectations and markets, the Fed chooses a different path. A quieter one. They don't say QE, they simply start buying again. How does the $15.4 billion reinvestment purchases work? The Fed receives principal back from maturing securities such as treasuries or mortgage-backed securities. The Fed reinvests that principal into new treasuries or MBS. This keeps the size of the balance sheet stable. It does not expand it. This is what an end to QT looks like. It's when the Fed reinvests the proceeds with the principal it receives rather than destroying it. How does the RMP of about $40 billion work? The New York Fed buys short-dated treasuries, mainly T-bills, outright. The Fed credits bank reserve accounts in exchange. This permanently increases reserves in the banking system, unless reversed later. Why this matters? This is balance sheet expansion. Even if the Fed avoids calling it QE, this is not temporary. These reserves stay in the system. The reserve management purchases, RMPs, should not be confused with repurchase agreements, repos. These serve different purposes. Repos provide temporary liquidity, while RMPs involve more permanent adjustments to the Fed's balance sheet to maintain reserve levels. What does this mean for banks? Banks wake up with more reserves. Funding stress eases and volatility settles down. It's stealth QE. What does this mean for Bitcoin? Bitcoin doesn't react to announcements. It reacts to net liquidity direction. It usually lags 4 to 8 weeks. This fits perfectly into a pre-parabolic liquidity setup, not the blow-off phase. Bottom line. The Fed is quietly injecting permanent liquidity. It's doing so because the system needs it. Bitcoin historically thrives in this exact transition phase. This is how liquidity pivots begin, not with rate cuts, but with technical adjustments that quietly change everything and is a pivotal moment in financial markets. This is how every liquidity-driven Bitcoin cycle begins. Not with headlines, but with a quiet, technical adjustment that tells the truth before the Fed ever does. The money is back, they just didn't say the word. Thank you for watching. Click the like and subscribe buttons to stay informed.